Coming up this week, we're going to take a look at this beautiful 2024 BMW M850i, courtesy of our friends at Global Imports BMW of Atlanta. We're going to take this bad boy out for a spin and see if it's worth getting instead of the M8 competition. So we'll let you know. That's what we got coming up. I'm Jay Walker, watching Life Off-Road, right here on J-Dub Motorsports. Welcome back to another episode of Life Off-Road. Thanks for hitting that play button, folks. And remember to go to the YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up button, like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Also become a member, get a couple of behind the scenes footage, get to see a couple of bloopers and, a couple of surprises that everybody don't quite get to see on the full video. So that's only for my members only, so check that out. The car we're featuring this week is the new 2024 BMW M850i, courtesy of our friends at Global Imports BMW of Atlanta. And this is a pretty beautiful car, folks. I've been craving to get one of these on the show. The last 8 Series we drove was the M8 competition, which was a very fun car. It's pretty much the top of the line of the car, and this one right here kind of sits in between, the 850i, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. So if you don't want to spend all the money that the M8 competition costs, to me, this is probably your best bang for your buck. But this right here is, like I said, 850i, so you get the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, pumping out roughly around 523 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque. As you see, styling cues as far as the differences between this and the M8 competition, you still get the standard 20-inch wheels. You don't get the M compound brakes, which has the cross rail rotors. You just see your standard steel rotors, four piston calipers. You're sitting on a pair of Pirelli Zeros, 245 35 20s on the front, and you got a set of 275 30 20s on the rear. And again, these are summer only tires, so you get them hot enough, they can pretty much stick to the ground. But good road car. Like I said, this thing right here is magnificent from all angles, man. I mean, this is pretty much the top dog. So you have your executive package, which has the laser xenon headlights right here. You can kind of see, I don't know if it comes up on camera, but you see the blue laser, which is very good at night. Those come on when you're in a very dark spot, and they could light up a football field. It's pretty bright. They say this color is a carbon flash metallic, but in person I think it's kind of a dark navy blue metallic, but it says carbon flash black metallic on the build sheet. I think they might have had a misprint and whatever, but it comes off in the sunlight looking like a dark metallic blue. But it's a very pretty color, man. It's paired up with the cognac extended leather inside, so very good color combination with the finish. But let's come around to the front of the car. Like I say, you have your standard grille right here. Not as far as aggressive as the M8 competition, but it's still nice little standard grille. You have these doesn't have the shutters. This just has the standard BMW, kidney shaped grille. So these pretty much stay open, fully functional. You got your front fascia right here. Nice little camera right here. There's cameras all over this car too, folks. Don't have a front split or whatever. So like I said, this is pretty much just a nice sports sedan coupe. Pretty big size car. It's not light. It probably weighs roughly around 4,300 pounds or so. 0 to 60, I want to say this thing does it in probably 3.4 seconds or so. The quarter mile, this is probably an 11-second car, in the quarter mile. I mean, it's pretty quick, going down the quarter strip roughly around 130 miles an hour or so. But very nice. Let's take a good look. Before we take a look at the engine, let's swing around to the back. I want to show everybody the back of this thing. Nice little standard look. You got your nice oval exhaust tips, which I love. You don't get a diffuser on this because, like I said, this is just the 850, so it's a very subtle look. You don't get the real aggressiveness on here, but you have your standard M850 badge. It's very nice. While we're back here, let's take a look at the trunk real quick. All the BMWs have the electric assist. You hit the button, or if you reach down underneath, you can tap it in, and it'll rise up slowly. Trunk is fairly deep, folks. I mean, you can get a good set of golf clubs or two back here in the back. I mean, it goes fairly deep, and you can fold down your rear seats if you want to get that extra cargo space. So if you're hauling some stuff, you go into Home Depot or somewhere, you need, you know, something to kind of put in there, you could pretty much slide it in there. Let's close that up. Love the touch button. But very nice car. Let's take a look at the 4.4 liter engine real quick. Whoa, very, very light hood, folks. But there it is, 4.4 liter, twin turbo. Not really much to see here. You got your M Performance cover on here. Dual throttle bodies, dual intakes. Like I said, man, this is the business of the ride, you know. The 840 series comes with a straight 6-cylinder, so I believe you get the V8s once you start upgrading to the 850i and M8 competition and above. So that's what you get, you know, but fairly good size engine. Let's shut this. Let's take a look at the interior. All right, folks, so we're in the interior now, and you got your welcome screen right here. If you want to set up your own driver profile, you can do that. Have your nice display right here. For starters, let's start this bad boy up, let you guys hear it. Foot on the brake, push button start. Sounds very nice as soon as you fire this thing up, man. Very nice. This does have a carbon fiber package in here, so you got your nice carbon fiber piece along the display here. Nice little storage in and dual cup holders. I believe this one did pass the tumbler test earlier, so it works pretty good. Let's close that back up. Have your dual compartment here that opens up, USB port, your plug in. Nice space. And these seats are heated and ventilated, folks. So, you know, if you want to cool, we are coming in the spring, going to the summertime, you can cool yourself. This interior is the cognac interior. So, very nice finish. I always love the cognac extended finish in here. You know, you got your lat support here. That helps those hamstrings out. This is made it with an 8-speed auto, so you know, you put it in reverse. You have your cameras here, your 360-degree camera angles. You know, see your front and rear. If you want to use your 360 degrees, you can kind of change the angles around. There's cameras, like I said, there's cameras all over this thing, folks. So when you're parking tight spots, like I said, I showed you the camera up front, you know, it's there for your liking, so you don't mess around and hit anything. This does come with the paddle shifters. Like I said, this is a ZF 8-speed automatic, so it's not a dual clutch, but it definitely does get down the road. You know, you got your paddle shifters here, your nice M badge with your M stitching. Very nice. The steering wheel feels very nice. You know, makes you definitely one with the car. This one doesn't have the sunroof in here. I don't believe any of the 8 series come with the sunroof unless you get the Grand Coupe, I believe. Probably because of how the roof is kind of structured. So no sunroof in this one, but you got nice little reading lights here or whatnot. So back seat is a little snug. I mean, you can get a couple of small teenagers back there if you want. You know, probably won't go on a nice little long road trip, but a short little trip going to a restaurant or somewhere, you know, I think you'll be fine. This one does come with the Bowers & Wilkins sound system. I would play it, but you know, I don't want YouTube flagging any music that pops up, but trust me, take my word for it, it does sound amazing. Just amazing. So, man, door panel's got a nice little finish. You know, everything is pretty much subtle. Got your nice stitching. I love the blend this with the cognac interior. It's a nice finish with your cognac stitching along the door panel right there. It's a very good combo in here. Very nice. Can't complain at all. So, I'm about ready to take this bad boy out for a drive, so let's do that. Let's take it out for a ride. All right, here we go. 2024 BMW M850i, folks, courtesy of our friends up here at Global Imports BMW of Atlanta. Give Alex or Charles a shout in there if you need assistance to purchasing your new or used car. Tell them J-Dub Motorsports sent you. J-Dub Motorsports YouTube channel. Some great guys up there, but this is it, man. I've been craving to get one of these on the show. You know, our last 8 series we did was the M8 competition, and that was a very fun car. You talking about 617 horsepower. This one's dialed back a little bit. You know, I think this is probably kind of the best of both worlds between going between a fully M car and just your base version 8 series car, which is the 840. You know, this is kind of in between if you don't want a ton of power, even though this makes a good amount of power. I believe this one's rated at 523 horsepower, so it's packing a nice punch. And when you mat on this thing, it does do the business. And of course we'll put it in our sport mode, sport plus, all that good stuff. Let's check the turn radius. And it is excellent as usual. This thing handles as normal as a BMW should, as usual. You know, very, very nice. You know, the 8 series, you know, these are pretty big cars. Like I said in the beginning, you know, these would go up against your, you know, your Bentley Continental GTs, your Aston Martins, your Mercedes, you know, S-Class. You know, this is kind of on that level, so to speak. So it definitely holds its own. You know, 523 horsepower. We're just in regular comfort mode right now, folks. Got your nice, I don't think this is a carbon fiber package, but you do have a little bit of hints of carbon fiber on your dash right here. Good stuff. It's not really a good sunny day today on this Saturday morning. I was hoping the sun would kind of break out the clouds. Yeah, X-Drive, which is all-wheel drive, folks. This thing is a monster. It's just begging for you to punch it. Same 4.4 liter V8 twin turbo. You know, it's definitely nice. Sounds pretty good. This one does have the eco mode in here. That's one thing about these M850 series. You know, the M440s, the M540, which was a very fun car. We almost had the M5 today, folks, but it was a silver car, and I said, you know what, we cannot do another silver car, man. We've done like 5 of them, you know, so far. So I'm like, nah, let's switch it up a little bit, you know, change up the monotony of the look. This thing really has a nice turn radius. That's a great feature for this to be such a pretty big car. This car weighs probably about 4,200 pounds, somewhere around there. You know, it's not a light car, but it's, you know, it's a pretty good size car. All right, let's go ahead and stop messing around. Let's go ahead and put it in sport. Let's go in sport plus. Open her up a little bit. Feel the car tighten up. Yeah. It's the only way you can drive this bad boy. And again, folks, once you put it in that plus mode, it wakes the car up, man. It really does. Oh, the downshifts. Oh man, it's lovely, lovely, outstanding, outstanding, very outstanding. You have to unleash all 523 horsepower. In today's standards, you know, 500 horsepower doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a whole lot, man. When you think about it, the way this thing is tuned properly, the technology, the all-wheel drive definitely, you know, it definitely makes a difference, folks. I mean, it's not to be fooled around with. Oh, that downshift sounds so good. Somehow, I don't think I'm in, not in manual mode. Sound like it right there. All right, let's do a quick hard launch right here. Yeah, it goes very nicely. You know, for this to be a good big size car, man, it really feels similar to the M8 competition we did. It really does. I mean, even though I know that car is, you know, 100 horsepower more difference wise, but it feels quite similar to it. And folks, if you want to start with just the 840 series, you know, you can get that one. I mean, I know those normally start, you know, they normally have roughly around 335, 340 horsepower. And, you know, it's not as fast, but it's enough, you know. It does enough. I mean, it's not bad. You just don't get the power that you would get out of this one, but you know, it does enough, you know, if you want to just try to save on some bread. But yeah, like I was saying before, folks, you know, there's basically the 3 stages. You know, you have your 840, which is the straight 6-cylinder, and then you have your M850, which is what this one is, that has the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. And then you want the big daddy, you go all the way up to the M8 competition, which is a very fun car. But like I always say, you know, these M850 style I cars, I mean, they're very good cars, man. They really, you know, if you're not trying to really spend a lot of money, you know, this is kind of, to me, your best bang for your buck. You know, you kind of get a lot out of these cars because they're surprisingly pretty quick. I mean, they really are. You know, they definitely, in my opinion, I mean, I think they can run with the best of them. You get you a nice tuner to tune this bad boy, you know, really open it up. You can really get a lot out of this, you know, my personal opinion, but, you know. Now, folks, like I said earlier in the video, if you're interested in this car, give my guys at Global Imports BMW of Atlanta a call. Make sure to put the number right there so you can ask for Charles or Alex. They'll be able to help you out, get y'all the info you need. If it had to be me, if I was trying to really probably budget to buy one of these cars, I would probably start off with this one, just to start for starters. I mean, it's really a good car, man. I'm glad when BMW came out with those kind of M340i, M440i's. I mean, that kind of gives you an extra chance to really get a special car, and it kind of grooms you before you upgrade into getting the full-out M car. You know, it really kind of helps prepare you for your M car. You know, my wife went from a M440i to now she has a full M4, which is night and day difference. You know, very fun car. So this to me is probably the best bang for your buck. But overall, it's a good car, man. Like I said, this one still has the 2 screens. I think in the 8 series, because this is a big car, probably maybe in 25 they might go to the full iDrive 8 system. I think this one still has an old iDrive system, so you still have your, I want to say this is a 12.5-inch screen, navigation, you know, all your settings. And you have your speedometer screen right here. And which is cool. I mean, I always like that. Heads-up display, which I believe stays on in its entirety. So that kind of does take a little getting used to, but it's not overwhelmingly distracting, so to speak. You know, it's it lets you know it's there, but it's not just, you know, totally distracting. So it's pretty cool. Can never get enough of the downshift, man. When you put this thing in sport mode, I mean, sport mode, it just fully just activates the car, man. It's so freaking cool. It really is. And we're on our favorite stretch, folks. The undisclosed location, where it really brings this car out, man. Coming around these curves, elevation change. It's just lovely, man. The ultimate driving experience. I could do a commercial for BMW. Yeah, excellent car, man. Gives the J-Dub Motorsports approval. Well, that's it for this edition. I want to thank my good friends over at Global Imports BMW of Atlanta for allowing us to drive this beautiful 2024 M850i, man. This is a very, very impressive car, folks. To me, it's probably one of the better bang for your buck. So if you don't want to spend the money for the all-out M8 competition, to me, this is the very next best thing. You know, if you want to save on, you know, if you have a particular budget in mind. So shouts out to those guys. You can ask for my buddy Charles or Alex over there, and remember to tell them that J-Dub Motorsports sent you over, you know, the YouTube channel. You know, they'll be glad to help you out. Appreciate all my new subscribers. Lately, folks, you know, I've been not able to see the new subscriber list pop up on YouTube. I don't know if they're doing something different, but I thank each and every one of you, because I know you're subscribing, because our subscribers continue to go up. So I really appreciate you for checking this out. Thank you to my current subscribers, and if you're not currently subscribed, please, you know, subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time watching the show, hope you enjoyed it. And thank you to all my like I said, current viewers and whatnot all across the globe. I really appreciate it. I want to thank my help today, my son Juwan, who always helps out. He takes amazing photos and always helps his daddy look good. You can follow him on his Instagram at Jeddoc, that's JEDDOC.LLC. You can follow me at J-Dub Motorsports on my Instagram. Follow our buddy Kyle, he's at No Outlet Photos on his Instagram. He's our other camera guy. And big shout out to our dopest producer, Mr. J Cadence. You can follow him and his Instagram at JCadence1. Also, special thanks to New Art Solutions LLC. You can, if you need your websites or whatnot, they help build our websites for us. So if you're interested, you know, check their website out, newartsolutionsllc.com. Appreciate those folks over there. And we're gonna go ahead and head on back to Global Imports and take their car back. So as usual, we always take the scenic route back. So hope you guys like this one. We'll catch you next time. Later.